I just made a candy so sour it actually burned my tongue. Toxic waste? Not sour enough? Today I'm taking things way too far. I'm making the world's sourest candy, starting with natural acid and ending with a candy that shouldn't even be legal. This is a terrible idea. Let's cook. To start, we're crafting a sour gummy using nothing but the power of nature. No harsh chemicals yet, just pure raw lemon and lime juice. Slicing up the lemon and lime. Squeezing out every last drop of juice. We're taking a saucepan, pouring in all the juice, adding some sugar, and dumping in a pack of gelatin. We mix it well and let the gelatin bloom for a couple of minutes. For level 1, we take a gummy bear mold and oil it up well so they don't stick. We put our mixture on the stove and heat it until it completely dissolves. We're pouring the whole mixture into the molds. The bears are fully set, and we pop them out of the mold. The bears came out perfectly chewy, exactly what we need. Let's try them out. Smells like lemon and zest, but how do they taste? A nice tang that fades into a mild citrus bitterness. Really tasty, but my taste buds didn't even flinch. On the sour scale, this is super light, 0.5 out of 5 limes. Moving on. Level 2, gummy worms. But the main danger is on the surface, a heavy crust of pure citric acid mixed with sugar. We'll need citric acid, corn syrup, sugar, and yellow food dye, and of course a gummy worm mold. Starting off, we mix 2 packs of gelatin with water. Next, saucepan. In goes the glucose syrup, sugar, and the gelatin mix. Maybe it set a little too well. Onto the heat until everything dissolves. Stirring nonstop so nothing burns. All set, we're mixing in the citric acid and the yellow dye. To make filling the molds easier, we grab a candy syringe. Well, this is clearly not going according to plan. Done. The worms are set, and it's time to pull them out. Looks good, but there's more. Making the dusting now, in goes the sugar and the citric acid. Worms go into the acid mix. Mixing them thoroughly to get that full coverage. There we go, the coating stuck really well and it looks intense. Time to try them out. Whoa, there's so much coating it crunches like fresh snow. The citric acid hits instantly, it's a real kick. The sugar tries to mellow it out, but then you hit that sweet, gummy center. This is a solid 2.5 out of 5 limes. But I need more! Time to enter toxic waste territory. Their secret, malic acid. We take sugar and a splash of water to make our glass caramel, adding glucose syrup to make sure our caramel stays crystal clear. Onto the stove, we're cooking the syrup until it reaches exactly 150 degrees. There we go. We're laying out some parchment paper so the caramel doesn't stick. And we pour the caramel into small discs. While we wait for the caramel to harden, we're prepping the dust. Powdered sugar and malic acid, the ultimate sour combo. It's time to combine the caramel with our coating. Oh, it's not sticking well at all. To fix this, we're grabbing a pot of water and waiting for it to boil. Steam is our secret tool here. We hold the candy over the pot to get that sticky surface and then boom, straight into the acid. Perfect, it worked out just right. Repeating the process with the rest of the candies. Excellent, everything worked out. Now let's give them a taste. Oh yeah, this is it. A massive hit that actually tops the original toxic waste. I can definitely feel the burn. I give this 4 limes out of 5. But I know how to make this even more interesting. This time, I'm making the caramel again, but using a completely different method, plus a new acid, tartaric acid. Just like before, we boil the caramel, but only to 140 degrees. We want it chewy, not glassy. Caramel is ready. We're pouring it out onto the surface. Once the caramel has cooled down a bit, we sprinkle the tartaric acid on top. And we're adding some red food coloring for, oops, never mind, we're out. Wrapping it all up into one big lump. We're sealing the acid inside. Safety goggles on, plus 2 pairs of gloves for extra protection. We're dealing with some serious heat here. Grabbing the mass and beginning the stretch and fold process, we're working that acid deep into the texture. Phew, that's not easy. Now let's roll the caramel into a long rope. Time to portion it out. We're slicing this acid rope into individual candies. Whew, that was a workout. Let's do the tasting. Time to see if the tartaric acid was worth all that sweat. That's not what I expected. At first, it's pure sweetness. Then, the acid slowly unfolds, layer by layer. It doesn't burn like level 3, it blends perfectly. Honestly, it's the tastiest candy I've ever made, but I wanted a burning sting. Okay, I'm combining every single acid I have into one candy, the sourest candy in the entire world. We add glucose syrup and green coloring to our acid mix for that toxic look. Mix it well. This is going to be our acid base. I wanted to make caramel spheres and fill them with the acid mix, but chemistry had other plans. The caramel refused to stick to the silicone and just wouldn't hold its shape. Change of plans. We're making caramel discs, pouring our acid sludge on top and capping it with another disc. Let's see if this actually works. Well, that looks pretty bad. Let's just roll it into a ball and see what happens. So, here's what we got. It looks strange and mysterious at the same time. Let's give it a taste. This is impossible to eat. The acid doesn't even wait. It instantly hits the receptors and burns my entire mouth. I can barely taste the sweetness. It's just pure chemical agony. All right, I'm going in for another taste of our green acid mix. This is probably a huge mistake. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. My tongue is literally burnt. This acid is unbearable. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Drop a comment below. Which candy would you dare to try? And what should I cook and taste next? See you all, bye!